So very good afternoon to all. So we are uh, dealing with unit number 1, which is power system harmonics and line commutator rectifiers. The book which we are following for this is what is being prescribed as a reference book. So today's class we will see about what is current and voltage harmonics, then the effect of source and load impedance we have seen yesterday. So since source and load has some impedance, so there will be some IRMS square loss. So IRMS is what is been increased due to harmonics. So that is the effect of source and load impedance. Then we will see what is AC line current harmonic standards, what are various standards. There are well defined two standard, which is called IEC 1000 and IEEE 519. So this is what we will see. Then the remaining part will be the next chapter in the book. Okay, so let us start with harmonic current in a three-phase system. So harmonic current can also lead to some special problems in a three-phase system. Okay, so in our house we try to get three-phase supply. The first one is loading. We have a balanced load. If the load is not balanced, which means all the three phase should have an equal load. If you have one fridge, one AC, and if you have, let us assume you have a submergible three phase motor or a single phase motor, then all this should not be in a same phase. So they have to be distributed to RYB, so that your load is always balanced. So in a 4-wire three-phase system, harmonic currents are lead to a large current in a neutral conductor. So this fellow called harmonics will flow only in neutral part. So if some current is flowing in neutral, then the neutral point will shift, which will leads to excess rotation of your EB meters. Okay, so neutral current should be 0, but if there is some neutral current, then we can identify that harmonics is there. So in your house, the procedure is to, how you have to calculate is just to put a tongue tester on a neutral. Okay, I think you all know what is tongue tester. It is used to measure current. So if you put this tongue tester on the neutral, then if there is current is flowing, then we can identify. So that is due to the harmonics. So power factor correction capacitors may experience a significant increased RMS, causing them to fail. So we all know that we will put capacitive banks for the power factor correction. So even if there is more harmonics which is being generated, what will happen is the RMS current will increase, and this may leads to failure of your capacitance. So that is the two issues. So these are the two issues which is there in your three-phase system. So let us discuss the properties of harmonic current flow in three-phase system. So if there is harmonics, then these two issues will be there. I repeat, one is neutral, current in neutral, another one is your power factor correction capacitors may fail. So we all know that harmonic current in a three-phase 4-wire network. First let us see three-phase 4-wire network. So you will have three-phase supply and a three-phase load. So let us assume it is non-linear load. We doesn't go for linear load, because if there is no if linear load, we have seen yesterday itself, there won't be any harmonic issues. So only if there is some non-linear load, then there is an issue. And pathetic condition, we don't have any linear loads at all. Okay, all the loads we have is only non-linear load, and this wire we call it as neutral connection. So this is three-phase, which is from your EB or YB, and they will give the fourth wire, which is ground. Okay, that is not neutral, whereas you connect neutral inside your building. So that is this particular connection. If there is some current flowing in this connection, then we call it as there is some harmonics which is generated because of the person called non-linear loads. Okay, if the load is balanced and non-linear, then the result is neutral magnitude is 60% of the line current magnitude. So if the load is balanced and non-linear, we will not go for unbalanced. I have already told that is directly you can calculate the total number of loads and try to balance it. So if you balance it, it become balanced load. So we will take consideration only with respect to non-linear person. So if there is non-linear is there, then neutral current magnitude is 60% of the line magnitude. See what happens. See, line magnitude 60%, you will have a neutral current. So this much amount of current will increase your EB bill also. The triple harmonic in the three phase adds such as 20% of the third harmonic leads to 60% of third. So just 20% if the harmonics is there in the line, which will leads to 60% of third harmonics neutral current. So you can identify. So maximum reason for the 60% is only triple harmonic, which is nothing but third harmonic. So always the issue created by third harmonics is worst compared to all other harmonics. Yet the presence of third harmonic has a very little effect on RMS value of the line current. Even yesterday we have seen third harmonics is going to increase only a little RMS, but you can see how much it is affecting your neutral current. So significant unexpected neutral current flow. So the problem is this third harmonic is not rising your RMS current. Yesterday we have seen RMS current should not increase. If RMS current increase, then there will be decrease in power factor, because in power factor formula RMS current is in denominator. So if the denominator value increase, power factor will reduce. See what they say is, even third harmonic does not increase your RMS current, but it will try to increase your neutral current by 60%. So significant unexpected neutral current will flow due to third harmonics. So that is the first inference. Then let us go for see derivation part and all I am not touching. Okay, I am just telling if this is a connection, if this is the case, what is the effect. Okay, then comes the harmonic current in a three phase 3 wire network, which means I am not giving neutral. Okay, neutral has been ground. So in this case you can see there is no neutral part between your source and ground. So I am disconnecting it. So which means I am giving to a three phase load. Only for a three phase load you can do. So here you cannot talk about single phase load and all, or balancing and all, we will not talk. Okay, so it is current flow in a three phase 3 wire Y connected network. There is no neutral connection to the Y connected load, then IN must be 0 if the load is balanced, and then DC and the triple harmonics of load current must be 0. Therefore the line current IA, IB, IC cannot contain triple order harmonics. This result is true only when the load is balanced. With an unbalanced load, all harmonics can appear in line current including triple and DC. In practice, load is never exactly balanced and small amount of third harmonic line currents are measured. Okay, so compared to previous, this is okay, but even if you say it's okay also, you are going for without neutral, okay, but even if you say there is small amount is there, okay, there is no such thing as compared to the first one. Then three phase 3 wire delta connected. So now what happens is here connection is star, now I am going for delta. So slightly you face a problem is there will be a circulating current now. So see, initially we have started with saying a neutral connection. So the excess or the harmonic current flows in neutral and create a issue. Then what I did is I am saying I am not using any neutral at all. Then if it is delta connected means again there is no neutral, no need neutral, because you will connect it in a delta fashion, so that no neutral. But in this case what is happening, instead of flowing in neutral path, it is going to circulate inside the RYB itself. So this will create local heating and losses. Okay, with the delta connected load there is also no neutral. We all know if it's delta there is no neutral. So the line current cannot contain triple or DC. Sorry, this is not DE, DC component, but the load are connected line to line. Load is connected line to line and are excited to undistorted sinusoidal voltage. So when there is any triple harmonic, then they starts to circulate. Hence the triple harmonic and DC current do in general flow through non-linear source. Therefore there is a current simply circulating around the delta. So there will be a circulating current. So again this will cause a loss in the form of heat. So harmonic current flows in a power factor correction capacitor. So next problem due to this harmonic flows. We are seeing only problem faced by harmonics in different ways. So first one we seen with a 3-phase 4 wire, then 3-phase 3 wire, then 3-phase with respect to delta. Now we are talking what is the harmonic issue which is there in your power factor capacitance. So first, initially you don't see this ESR. I will tell what is that ESR. Just you take the capacitance. Usually this capacitance will be connected in parallel. So harmonic current tends to flow through the shunt connected power factor correction capacitor. To some extent, see, since this is connected in shunt, to some extent it will act as like a filter itself. So all the harmonics will be filtered by this capacitor itself. But if the RMS current is increased, we have already told increase in harmonics is because of increasing in RMS current. So increasing RMS current means then this fellow will start to get eaten up, because it is a dielectric. It is, see, there is two plates separated by a dielectric. So these are the insulators. So if this current is flowing in this capacitor, then obviously it will start eating. Okay, that is what we are going to see here. So to some extent this is good thing, because the capacitor tends to low pass filter and the power system current and prevent the non-linear road from the polluting the entire power system. But this is okay to some extent. What we say is higher order harmonics. Okay, but see, an high frequency harmonic current tend to flow through shunt capacitor, because the shunt impedance, a behavior of the capacitance is when frequency increases, the impedance offered by the capacitance will decrease. So obviously more amount will try to flow across the capacitor. So high frequency harmonic current tend to flow through shunt capacitor because capacitor impedance decreases with the frequency, while the inductance impedance of the transmission line increase with frequency. So when you take any inductive impedance, then if the frequency increases, then the resistance will increase, whereas in capacitance resistance will decrease. Okay, I think you should know what is this high frequency. Normal frequency is 50, third harmonics is 150, then it goes on multiply. 50 into 3 is 150, 50 into 5 watt, 50 into 7, like that it goes. So in this sense, power factor correction capacitor mitigate the effect of harmonic current arising from nonlinear road in much same way they mitigate the effect of reactive current and they rise from the inductive load. So this is what is more current is not the currents are avoiding the path of inductance and all try to flow across this capacitance. So thereby the current increases in case of capacitance. But the problem is that power factor correction capacitors may not be rated to handle these harmonics current, and hence there is a danger that the capacitance may overheat and fail when they expose. Yeah, just a minute, and my laptop is running out of charge, so I will just connect it. So typical, yeah, so the loss in capacitor is modulated using, so now only, so what I have concluded is problem is that power factor correction capacitors may not be rated to handle these harmonics current. So increase in current in a capacitance we have not considered in design. So in design we might have considered what is the current flow will flow for that particular load only, we might have calculated. But now this, due to this harmonics, the current is increasing, so this will overheat and finally it will try to fail your capacitance. So now this flow we are saying, this flow is nothing but there is some resistance that must be cause for heating, no? So that resistance is what I am showing it as ESR. Okay, the loss in capacitor is modulated using an equivalent series resistance, ESR, equivalent series resistance, that's all, which is shown in the figure. So the ESR module of dielectric loss, which is nothing but hysteresis of dielectric D to E loop, contact resistance and the foil and lead resistance. So what is this resistance? This resistance is put together of all these fellows. First of all, there is some dielectric material which you use that has DE value. Then contact resistance, so this might be a metal and this might be a metal, central dielectric, so this metal soldering portion and all. then foil. So normal capacitance are made up of foil type, so foil, then lead resistance, the end resistance, all this put together to form a resistance value that we call it as ESR. So the dielectric material are typically poor conductor of heat, and so moderate amount of power loss can cause a large temperature rise in the center of the capacitance, and consequence the RMS current must be limited to a safer value. So this limits nothing but you have to reduce the harmonics. The typical power factor correction capacitors are rated by voltage V, frequency F, and reactive power in kVARs. These ratings are computed from the capacitance C and the safe RMS current. So this C with the safe RMS current. So initially we will calculate with what is the operating voltage, what is operating VRMS, IRMS, what is the frequency in which you are operating, 2 pi. This becomes constant. So all other thing we all know, substitute them and calculate C. So once you calculated C, you will go to chart, see what is the nearby greater value which is commercially available. That value you will take it as a C. Okay, now you have taken C. Now this RMS current should not increase. So if this RMS current is increasing, obviously VRMS will increase, and this increase in VRMS will create an issue on the insulation of the capacitance. So this and this in between you have an insulators, so which means only till that voltage it can withstand. If the voltage go beyond that, then automatically arc will stuck between these two contact. Okay, so this is what we have to see, that when you have put a person for safety, but that person who is working in safety itself get distorted by the harmonics. Okay, then we will move on to the next topic of today's session. So we are going to see about what and all the standards are there. Okay, what and all standards are there for your harmonics. So besides the increase in current and reduced power factor of peak reduction rectifiers, so last class itself I told, with a normal rectifier with the capacitance itself will generate a much harmonics. So we will not go to converter and all now, we will go, but we will not go now. So now we will talk only with the rectifier itself. Okay, that itself is sufficient for generating more harmonics. If large enough in magnitude, they can pollute the power system. Harmonic current causes distortion to the voltage waveform via the power stage system series impedance. These voltage harmonics can interface with the operation of nearby loads, as noted, increase current in shunt capacitors and increase loss in distribution transformers, AC machines, and leads to premature aging, which means if you buy a transformer and put it for, say, it will work for 20 years, due to this harmonics it will not work for the rated year, it will die before that itself. That is due to, we call it as premature aging. The odd triple harmonics leads to unexpected large neutral current. So this is just a recap what we seen today. Okay, recap. So that is why I have just marked in red line, that what I have marked in red line is what we have seen in the previous slides. Okay, so the harmonics current can also excite the system response from a distance from their source. So you might generate the harmonics, inject it in a line, a nearby person will get affected. Okay, with the result that all difficulties to predict. For this reason, the number of organization adopted standards that limits the magnitude of the harmonic current that is load is allowed to inject into the AC lines. So based upon this, they have faced so many problems, so they come across with the standards. So like first of all, it was started by US military, and I think we might have, in UG class or in the previous classes I might have told, nothing is invented for commercial, everything is invented only for army. Then it comes to commercial. Okay, so US military was one of the earlier organization to recognize these problems. They come to face these problems, and they very strict. The 3% limit was initially adopted, but it was very less. And when more and more power electronics were put into action, they concluded that we cannot go till 3% and all. So they moved to 5%, at least minimum 5% we can allow. So initially they were 3%, because at the time there were no converters were there, only rectifier with a capacitor was there. Then only they moved from rectifier with capacitor to converters. In that case the harmonics has raised further. So you see, we have seen yesterday with the diode rectifier itself, the THD was 139. So when they go with converters, it was very high. So from that level to bring it to 3% was not possible. So they fixed that at least bring it to till 5%. Okay. Then standard adopted by IEC and IEEE are more recent and are intended for conventional utility system. Okay. So now I will tell what is ICE and IEEE. ICE is only for low power range and IEEE is for high power also. So, okay. So International Electrotechnical Commission Standard 1000. So it was first declared in 1982. So till 1980s there was no power electronics, no DC at all, everything was there. So they didn't face any issues. Before that even AC was not there, only DC was there. DC generators they used. So purely when you with the DC there is no harmonic issues. Only when you start with AC then only this issue was arrived. So that is why the year is 1982. We all know that even power was generated in 80s, in 1800s. Then you might have think why that harmonics was not there at the time, and that is because all that was only DC, that they doesn't go for AC power and all. Then they moved to AC power. After they moved to AC power again with the coming into picture of diode rectifier, you all had a problem of harmonics. So that is why the year is 1982. Undergone number of versions, thereby they increased the version and they standardized, is now enforced in Europe. So yesterday itself I told IEC is for European countries and IEEE is for American and Indian countries. So equivalent intended to sold worldwide. IEC 10003.2 standard covers a number of different types of low power equipment. This is only that thing you should remember. So IEC 1003.2 is for low power equipment with the different harmonic limits. It is specifically limits harmonic for equipment having an input current up to 16 amps. So till an AC. Okay, at AC you have 15 amps to 16 amps connected to 50 or 60 hertz, 220 volt to 240 volt, a maximum of around 415, which is nothing but a 3-phase. Okay, so the thing which you have to remember is IEC standard 1000 series 3.2 is for if they even ask for 1 mark 2 mark, they will ask for low power or medium power. For high power, no, you have to say it as for low power equipments. So in a city environment such as large building, large fraction of total power system loaded can be non-linear. Just we are going to say the major portion of electrical load in a building is composed of fluorescent lamp. We are just saying O and all is non-linear. Okay, that's all. So fluorescent light which present in non-linear characteristics utilize the system. Modern office may also contain large number of personal computers, printers, copiers, etc., each of which may employ peak detection rectifiers. Although each individual load is negligible fraction of total local load, these loads can collectively become significant. So when you take as a single fluorescent and all, say what this standard says is the issue created by low power you cannot neglect. The issue created by low power put together form a gate issue. That is what they mean to say. So IEC standard, I repeat, it is for low power. Low power means your utility. So what they say, if all this utility, when you view it as a separately, it is not so greatly it is going to affect, but if you put together it becomes very high reason for pollution. Then IEC 10003.2 standard defines several category of equipment. Each of this is covered by different set of harmonic limits. So harmonic limits of class A equipment. Class A is for army, class C is for commercial, which includes low harmonic rectifier for the computers and other office equipment. So you can see harmonic number, third harmonic maximum current is 2.30 is allowed. Okay, then 5 is, so you should not go beyond 2.30 current. If they goes, then standard says third harmonics will be more and it will start to create issues. So these are odd harmonics 3 5. Harmonics when increases their magnitude will come down, and this is for even harmonics. Even harmonics can be easily filtered, but they say the standard specifies if there is a second harmonic and the maximum current which we allowed can go is around 1.08 amps. Similarly, next standard is IEEE. So in 1993, around 11 years after IEC standard was established, IEEE published its draft standard limiting the amplitude of current harmonics. IEEE guides for harmonic control and reactive compensation of static power. The harmonic limit are based on the ratio of the fundamental component of the load current IL to the short circuit at the point of common coupling at the utility IC. This is the term. They may ask what is meant by PCC. Is a point of common coupling, so which is nothing but when you are viewing as a grid. So from your home, from next home, all to put together, it come and fall on a grid. So that we call it as point of common coupling. The stricter limits are imposed on large load than small loads. These limits are smaller in magnitude to IEC and cover high voltage loads and are not addressed by IEC 1000. Again, this you have to be very clear. So this is for not small loads. Enforcement of these standards is presently up to local utility company. So they talked about building, now they talk about company. So this is for company. So they specify odd harmonic and even harmonic limits with respect to ISH by IL, that is short circuit by your IL. So what I have told here, you have a like load current and short circuit. So they will tell, because this is not with respect to utility, this is only with respect to I level. So the level till they go till 69 kV. So 120 volts from 120 to 69 kV, whereas IEC standard is only for 415 volts. This is for kV. Okay, so various levels of THD. Then it is responsibility for the power consumer to meet these current harmonic standards. The standard IEEE 519 also specifies the maximum allowable voltage harmonics. So like current harmonics, even voltage harmonics, these are responsible for utility and power supply to meet these limits. So both total harmonic distortion and maximum individual harmonic magnitude is also limited. So again they also fall under this condition, and they will declare for low rating also. So this chart is for low rating. Then this is for bus voltage. So very high, so that is 69 kV and lower 3%, then around 161 kV and above 161 kV, what is the allowed limit. Okay, so when you go for consumer only, it is allowed 5 THD. So if you do any project with respect to microgrid or grid where you go say generator power generation of order of 161 kV beyond and all, even the limit has reduced from 5% to 2.5%. and if you are power generation, if you are explaining like wind, solar, with the level of voltage beyond 161 kV and all, only 1.5% is allowed. Okay, so with this we will stop our today's discussion. So today's discussion we have discussed with respect to standard.